What a time to be alive. Out of all the options of earth destruction, let's talk about coronavirus. Honestly, I thought when the zombie apocalypse was going to happen, the Caribbean would have been secretly safe and liming and partying like normal. But here we are with our well-developed connected self to the rest of the world with corona. For those of you who don't know, after carnival season in Trinidad is jazz season. There are a good bit of live performances, big and small, from March till like May. Besides the jazz scene, there are a whole bunch of other gigs happening, like weddings, concerts, going on tour, album recordings. So what does it mean when we have a pandemic that encourages us to stay away from large crowds, when your office is a large crowd, when your purpose to getting money involves people gathering? It means you're broke. I'm kidding. We were always broke. But seriously, no more rehearsals because there are no more gigs, which means there's no source of income. A moment of silence for those fallen gigs. Additionally, being a creative most likely meant that you may have also been a teacher and there's no school for a while. So yeah, broke. I can't speak for the other islands, but Trinbago is taking an aggressive stance. And personally, based on the fact that we can't handle anything like what's happening in Europe right now, I agree with this approach. It 100% directly affects creatives. Well, everyone, except we can't continue working day to day from home. Or can we? All I'm saying is, if any time, now is the time to get creative. But from what I've seen, there's a lot happening. Virtual tours, free programs distributed by our favorite developers, and other means of entertainment made by creatives just like you and me. This is our time to shine. Personally, I don't see it as a time to panic. Maybe instead of overbuying, you can finally take this time to gather the money you owe me from that job that time. I don't know about you guys, but I've never been through a worldwide pandemic before, and I feel like we want to listen to the scientists on this one. By the by, when the Prime Minister was giving his speech today, did anyone else notice that not one single person coughed? It usually goes like this. But it was like this. Meanwhile, inside everybody's head, everyone is trying to figure out how to function when you can't really function. I think right now gives us that time we always crave, but we never have. So what about actually putting in the hours of personal practice? Or finally starting your website? What about getting into that program that you wanted to learn so badly? Make a short film with the ants in your yard. Use his downtime to charge up. You don't have to have a jam session to jam. Do like a virtual online challenge jam thing. If you think about it, we sort of got some form of grace period by having a forced break time to get even better at what we do. It's like finding a secret bonus level in a game, and when you return to the normal level, you're ready. Now don't get me wrong, obviously it is a terrible situation, but I'd like to share this perspective. Not only can we continue to be productive, but everyone is now constantly surrounded with all this heavy news. It'll help to lighten up the mood. This is your time to shine. I know people who have been on the go 24/7 and they now have an opportunity to slow down. Because by the way, did you know that a lot of creatives tend to get acid reflux just because we work at ungodly hours? So we eat at ungodly times, and when we do eat, it's fast food or crap food. Now we have that time to eat proper meals, start writing again, start that album, go back and complete that album. That's what I'm doing. Do things that actually are for you. We literally now have the time to mentally, physically, and creatively recharge. It only took a worldwide pandemic. But I am really excited to see the content that should be overflowing in the next few weeks. So while this greatly affects our livelihood, we don't really have much of a choice, to be honest. And I encourage you to get creative and use this grace period to your advantage. Respect each other so that we can protect each other by keeping your ass home. I'm gonna put a couple links in the description below that I thought were pretty helpful. And remember, practice social distancing. Good luck. In the midst of all this madness, I would like to say a huge thank you to Trinidad Express Newspapers, Kitchery, for the feature. Thank you, Wayne Bauman and Kimberly Wallace. You guys did a fantastic job. I want to also say thank you to everyone who read the article and reached out to me. It honestly means the world to me, and I can't thank you guys enough. So thank you.